Hey guys, Slater here, and a while back I posted about the construction of the Montecima Clubhouse, and I'm happy to say it has been finally completed. It was actually completed about 6 months ago, pero hindi pa lang talaga natin na tours. Today, we are actually going to do just that. Alright! A big thanks pala to our friends at BYD Cebu Central for letting us try the new BYD Shark. A lot more on that at the end of this video. Alright, without further ado, welcome to the Montecima Clubhouse. Ang daming nagre-request ng tour na to. This is actually something that we've been very proud of. This is located at one of the highest peaks here at Monterrazas de Cebu. So this clubhouse has been designed to have a 360-degree view of the city and the mountains, or basically the whole Cebu City. So 3-story siya, meron tayong roof deck on top, meron tayong outdoor shaded area for the pool, we'll show you that later, and then sa baba, meron tayong all the functional spaces. This is by a real estate company, the Mont Property Group. So the vision here talaga is to have a place wherein everybody can gather. The pool here, during the weekends, pwede mag-gather. In the future, we'll be holding mass here. We imagine this to be a place during the weekends where everybody in the Monterrazas de Cebu community can hang out, know their neighbors, their friends, their kids. Parang ganun na community vibe yung gusto natin mangyayari. That's why we wanted it to be as premium and as conducive to that as possible. Okay, the first thing that greets you when you come into the Montecima Clubhouse is the scale model of the Rise at Monterrazas. This is located in a similar area, nasa baba to. The concept here when we were thinking about it is gusto namin na pagpasok mo, hindi mo pa kita lahat ng mga nangyayari doon. Basically, there are these foliage first na parang sneak peek lang of the view that will greet you. And then you actually have to walk around, very circular yung dating, and experience the clubhouse first before you actually get to the good part. So this is the reception area, and you have this ceiling na parang naka-XX yung dating. At night, actually, ang ganda ng ceiling na to because para siyang nagiging softbox. It lights up this whole area with warm light, but yung pattern na nakikita natin na yung mga triangular patterns becomes, I know there's an architectural term for that, I just can't, nakalimutan ko lang ngayon. Pero parang makikita yung shadow and light play dito na area. Ang ganda. This is actually real stone, sobrang ganda ng stone na to. Very in line with the brutalist nature of the clubhouse. And yung mga furnitures pala natin is from our friend Vito Selma. Most of the furnitures here are by him. Ito actually, CR lang to. This is a very well-designed architectural CR. Nakabato talaga to. I know there's a lot of new technology that mimics stone, but we wanted real stone for this one because nahahawakan mo talaga, and alam mong totoo talaga na bato. Anything that is like eye level, waist level, that's the most important thing to spend on or to get the quality right. Dito kasi talaga palagi mata natin. So yung mga faucet, mga lavatories, yun yung pinaka-importanteng elements. Well, for me, if I were to spend on budget, yun talaga. So, konting tip. And then, you're greeted with this view. This is kind of like one of the highlights of the Monterrazas Montecima Clubhouse. Infinity view of the city, pero 360-degree view ka of the entire Cebu City. You're facing the mountains at the back, and then on this side, you're facing the Cebu City landscape or skyline. Makikita natin dito, this pool, meron tayong shallow areas. So we're always thinking like, okay, kung sila Scotty, sila Sevi yung maglalaro, paano sila maglaro? So we have a lounge deck, we have a deeper lounge deck, and then that area towards the front is your lap pool, but then you have this sunken lounge here. And ito yung dinagdag talaga namin is this portion na parang naka-cordon off, and this is the kiddie pool. Very family-oriented. We want this to be a space wherein people gather, get to know their neighbors. Gusto namin to create an area wherein serendipitous moments can happen. One of the reasons why we kept this and we decided to keep this an open area instead of closing it off is, number one, there's light, but mostly it's because of this. Sobrang mahangin dito. We're at the peak of the mountain. Sobrang sayang to put barriers so when children are playing, mayroong in and out, pero it's not super init while you're taking care of them. Even during the nighttime, when it's like the Burr months, nagja-jacket talaga mga tao dito during the outdoor area. So very Baguio feels. This is kind of like the main gathering space. I see during the weekends, dito talaga mga parents, their kids are swimming there, and dito tumatambay. Naka-marble countertop tayo, and then ginawa natin dito is that this whole area, pwede kang mag-party dito. This can be like a buffet area. Dito sila kumukuha ng drinks. Our thought here is that eventually what we want is to be able to hold mass down below because we have that big open function room. And then dito can have an operator that serves coffee, beer, wine, eventually. So that's kind of like the longer term vision. So we wanted it to be ready here, and then may service area din just right behind. Itong clubhouse, yung flow niya is ikot-ikot lang talaga. You go up, and then spiral down, going to the functional areas below. So ikot lang muna tayo. And then this is actually a ramp going up. This was designed by our structural engineer, si RBS, Rolly Sanchez, and he was able to design this to be kind of like a floating design. So it took a lot of time to be able to expose all the structures, even yung center na spiral staircase, to make it seem like it's floating. Took a lot of thought and effort and design on the architect side and the structural design side. So even yung pattern and on the top is kind of like a mix of structural and architectural elements. So at night, when it's lit up, para kang nasa loob ng isang warm softbox, and it scatters evenly the light here. This clubhouse shines better at night. Sobrang ganda na experience. And then, balik tayo dito sa simula. So that's kind of like the ground floor outdoor area. With this one, pagpasok natin dito, this will eventually be, and we're actually very happy na sobrang healthy na ng mga plants na tinanim natin about a year or two back. So it took a while for us to wait for this to grow. Pero eventually, we have our landscape architect, si Architect Aurelio. The vision is that it will really branch out, and this will fill this whole kind of like atrium. And then meron tong ilaw at night so maliwanag to siya at night. All the leaves, all the branches are highlighted at night. So when you enter, mas forest pa yung dating. So meron siyang sneak peek. Oh, ano yung meron dun? Parang may pool, may ganun. So yun yung essence of what we're trying to accomplish. If you follow me down below, pwede ka nga tumambay dito. It's very peaceful, very quiet. And then I don't know, something about the architecture, something about the vibe of just being here in the middle, na may green siya. It brings in, number one, light from above to this lower area, but it is also kind of like a solemn and space. Ang ganda din ng ginawa ni Vito for these parang pebble benches. Parang totoo din na ba to, no? It's like hollow. Sobrang ganda. This is my favorite view. From this vantage point, you see the spiral staircase, you see it going all the way up. And then this lower level is more of the indoor functional space talaga. So we have our multi-purpose studio. This is the showroom of the Mont Property Group for now. Meron tayong a fully fledged gym. Actually, we're bringing in more equipment, yung mga squat racks, mga barbells, but right now we have naka-life fitness na to. So, meron tayong mga benches, meron tayong mga dumbbells, meron tayong rowers. So, it's really for the community to be able to, parang all-in-one space na siya. It's a small sports center. we want this to be your main clubhouse for Monterrazas de Cebu. So we recently launched our Montelago Clubhouse. We have a new take on clubhouse outdoor area for that. Kaka-launching namin. It's more of an outdoor park theme. So magko-connect to lahat. Montecima will connect to Montelago. So you kind of have everything you need in one subdivision. So you have your gyms here, your functional spaces like this one. Yesterday, we had a big birthday for our 3 little boys kasi magkalapit lang yung birthdays nila. So we decided to have one big birthday bash for them. Dito namin hinold. This can hold to about 200, maybe pushing it to 300 people. I can imagine weddings being held here. Ang ginawa namin kahapon was to open this up. Since it's a kiddie party, meron tayong mga bouncy houses dito. All yung mga stalls, yung mga booths for the hot dogs, the french fries, nandito lahat sa labas. And then dinner is served inside. So the kids can go back and forth, inside, outside. Aircon, pag mainit na masyado sa labas, pag malamig masyado, dumalabas din sila. Actually, ang ganda ng feeling to have something you envision the use case for and to see people using it the way it was intended or sometimes even better than what was intended. Ang ganda to see it take its own life. Parang ganun. Actually dito, makikita din natin what we really want for all our projects is to get the flow right. For us kasi, layout is something that is forever. Like, I can put a lot of precious stones, expensive materials, but if the layout sucks, yung foundational layout and the floor plan, it's something that you would have to live with forever talaga. So dito, gusto namin na wherever you are able to find your way. Hindi siya parang maze, hindi ka nawawala, basically. So, this set of staircase leads up to the swimming pool, and those go back up to the rotunda. So sometimes pag nagpa-party kami, shortcut na, hindi ka na papasok doon sa spiral staircase, dito ka na dadaan, pababa in this area. We also had these 2 rooms for catering. So di ba pag mayroon kang function room, dapat meron ding spaces for the service, the prepping area. So ito yun, mga kwarto dito. So you see how every time you go out of any room, balik tayo, there's always natural light coming in the daytime. So ikot tayo, this is yun, ito yung prep area na sinabi ko. It spills over to the function room. And then dito we have a small kids play area lang. So for example, there's an adult party, hindi siya kids party. Let's say, it's my birthday. May mga bata tatakbo, going around and all these things. So this is a place where pwede silang mag-draw, mag-laro-laro lang, ganyan. So we kept it open so that it's seamless, in and out, in and out. This is the PMO office, property management. And then this is a meeting area 1 and a bigger conference room. So this is something that the residents here can book. So what we want to happen here in Monterrazas is basically you have everything you need. Kahit may gym ka sa bahay mo, mas malaki at mas maganda yung gym dito. Kahit may pool ka sa bahay mo, mas maganda yung pool dito. So you're kind of like tempted to go out and explore. So we're going back up. Yung favorite part ko of this clubhouse, it's not the infinity pool. It's actually that slow ramp going to the roof deck. That slow ramp was designed to be easy to walk. Senior citizens can walk para everybody can experience the clubhouse no matter what. You know yung feeling na para kang drone? Ito yung feeling dito. When you're walking up, you start to see glimpses of Cebu City. At night pala, sobrang ganda nito. Meron tong ilaw dito sa baba that is incorporated into the railing. So, ganda. You start to see the south of Cebu. That's SMC side. That's New Star. You see the CC Bridge. And then you slowly go up. And then you start to see the infinity pool down below. Merong little garden there. Pero, pag dating mo dito, you get to see the rest of Cebu City. Ikot talaga, makita talaga lahat. This area is meant for, let's say, we have a Mother's Day event or a Father's Day event. Sometimes we hold Christmas events here. And what we picture out is, okay, may pwede tayong mag-market. We can have acoustic nights under the stars. We can have beanbags. So it's kind of like a multi-purpose area still, but more of outdoor. We're even thinking na, okay, you can hold a yoga party here, or let's say for example, I hire a trainer, gusto ko mag-boxing lang. Diba? Pwede dito. Sunrise is that way. Sunset is on the other side. Sobrang ganda ng experience. So especially during cloudy or rainy days, or yung sakto lang na nagpa-fog dito eh. Sobrang chill ng experience. So if you guys notice, dito sa clubhouse, it's really inspired by brutalist nature, meaning it's almost all concrete. 90% of the architecture is concrete talaga. And that was intentional because when we were designing this, kakatapos lang ng Typhoon Odette, and we wanted this to be as maintenance-free and as headache-free as possible. So we opted for this design, and it's kind of like where form follows function. We use that and let it inspire us to design something that is not only functional but also beautiful. As in my eyes at least, it's beautiful. Ito, even mga details like this, like parang we wanted it to be parang hindi siya very, very straight. Sometimes kasi yung mga railing, if it's too vertical, parang common na. So we actually like, okay, we even measured this na yung bata, yung ulo, hindi ba mapapasok, pag tinapakan, paano? This actually took us a while also of like experimenting and how to incorporate yung lighting element dito sa loob. So there's a lot of thought and love and care talaga that was placed here. So how we counteracted the brutalist gray tone na without it be feeling sad is we put a lot of landscaping. So we tapped Efren, Aurelio for our landscape. So these are detached trees. So ito ginawa natin ng trees the moment you step in. But not only that, if you look from the outside, actually you can see glimpses of it here. It's starting to grow na. Ito, nilagyan natin ng mga vines. Eventually, what we want this to happen is parang yung mga resort sa Bali na it's actually starting to droop down, right? And kind of like form a wall. Yung sa taas, hindi pa lang siya nag-grow, pero we want this to be parang nag-waterfall of green talaga, everywhere. So this has been 6 months pa, so kulang pa. But this is the target look and feel. But ito, ramp na lang din to. So the same slope of going up, ito is for going down. Again, for it to be friendly with everybody, so you can just walk around. If you can't use the stairs, pwede dito. Nag-wheelchair, pwede dito. And then pagbaba dito, balik ka na naman sa meeting rooms. So ikot-ikot lang talaga siya. This is essentially it. This is the tour of the Montecima Clubhouse. If you want to know more about the Montecima Clubhouse and the Rise at Monterrazas and everything else that we're doing, I'll put up the links in the description below. But kanina I promised you guys that I'll be showing you around the BYD Shark. Actually, it's very, very impressive. This is the BYD Shark 6 DMO, and it is not your typical pickup truck. So there are 5 things that are completely unique about this that I love. Point number 1, diba pickup trucks are supposed to be slower? This has a 0 to 100 time of just 5.7 seconds. That's insane for a pickup truck. And it's because it's 4-wheel drive all the time and it has dual motors. Point number 2 is comfort. It doesn't ride like a normal pickup truck. Come here. Diba sanay tayo sa pickup trucks to be a little bit more bouncy than the normal car. But this one has double wishbone suspension, front and rear. So it feels more like an SUV rather than your typical pickup truck. We have some rough roads going there, so let's try it out. And napansin ko, hindi siya maingay, di ba? Alam mo pag medyo rough road na. Ito, parang SUV nga. It gives me a lot of confidence also knowing that it's 4-wheel drive. Alright, third thing, dual mode off-road technology. So that's their DMI Tech for off-road. The first 100 kilometers that you use is going to be pure electric, so that's why walang ingay at all. And after that, the 1.5 liter generator kicks in, extending that range up to 840 kilometers. So wala nang range anxiety. Actually, right now, if you look at the gauge cluster here, 40% electricity tayo, a full tank of gas, so 705 kilometers pang pwede nating puntahan. And as per experience, having that first 100 kilometers to be fully electric means magagamit mo siya palagi. Sa bahay namin, ginagamit namin na kotse is yung BYD Tang namin. So wala ka ng second thoughts of, oh, hatid muna dito, tapos balik ka, may kukunin, and then, oh wait, we forgot something in the house. Even with that, hindi ka nakokonsensya. Ginagamit mo lang ng ginagamit because alam mong, especially for us, it's solar powered. Alam mong, libre, and it's not harmful to the environment yung power na ginagamit natin. Point number 4 is basically you have a big giant power bank anywhere you go. So, you open the trunk. This is their V2L technology. You can essentially plug any of your devices. So for example, you're going on a camping trip and kailangan mo ng rice cooker, kailangan mo ng electric fan or ilaw sa gabi. Pwede, plug ka lang dito, go ka na. Beach trips, or even sabihin natin, I go to a construction site na halos walang power pa. Sometimes construction sites are like that. Emergency use case, pwede akong magdala ng drill, angle grinder, or what have you. Plug ko lang dito and I can do parang guerrilla type of work. Perfect siya for this one. So all around, just from a lifestyle use case, ang daming pwedeng gawin because of the BYD Shark 6. Point number 5 and my last point is that it feels techy and premium rather than utilitarian. So this is clad in leather and then may lumbar support pa. But ang maganda din dito is sobrang cool ng mga switches niya. And ito, on na siya, you don't hear anything. It also has this big touchscreen in the middle, just like with any other BYD, and then it auto-rotates vertical and horizontal din. But meron din tong Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. And then may air purifier pa, but yung pinaka-favorite feature namin ni Chris is this 360-degree camera feature. So it's very clear and sharp, and this is very useful for navigating tight spaces around the city, parking areas, and I would imagine for outdoor scenarios like this one, I can have full confidence when I'm moving around. Nafe-feel ko that this car is not just for off-roaders. This is more of a lifestyle and all-around vehicle. It's like the best of both worlds. You can be comfortable off-road and on-road, outdoors, and well, outdoors naman din in the city, pero in the city and like roaming around your favorite campgrounds, perfect talaga to. Alright, so we're in a residential area, so walang 0 to 100 test, but I'll floor it a little bit. Wow. So meron pa rin siyang pull talaga. And if you notice, super quiet during all that time. Thank you to our friends at BYD Cebu Central. If you're interested in the BYD Shark 6 or any of the BYD products, feel free to visit them or any BYD dealer and test drive this today. I have a feeling you'd be quite impressed, especially considering the price points of their offerings. I think it will be worth it. And if you like this video, feel free to hit like and subscribe, and I'll see you later.